Hi everyone, it's me, just checking in. Um, I don't even know where to start. I wasn't sure. I'm not sure how I want to do this on this channel. Hope you guys can hear me. I have my water boiling. Oh great. Um, so I think I just want to do like not a day in my life because right now it's nighttime, but just kind of like what I do on a regular basis. Right now I am a stay-at-home mom, and let me know if you're like me or if you can relate. The work of a mom, not just a mom, but stay-at-home mom, never ends. Like, yeah. Thankfully, the rest of my house is pretty clean, but I just wanted to share that. So, this might be a weird angle. I'm trying it out. It's about 10:35 p.m. and I have some chicken thighs that I'm trying to prep for the kids. I have two kids. I have a 6-year-old daughter and I have a 2-year-old son. And I'm trying to, I've been seeing some vloggers that I really like. Some vloggers that I really enjoy watching, and they did this video of, based on Nara Smith. This dog. The neighbors' dogs are always barking and it drives me nuts. And they don't even bark for no reason. I think we have some cats, and they're not stray cats. I think they belong to some of the neighbors. And sometimes the cats like will get out because I know sometimes they trigger our cameras and our lights, our porch lights, and the dogs go bonkers. But anyways, so I was watching some of my favorite vloggers, and they were doing like, I guess they were like imitating like Nara Smith. And of course I had to be like, well, who's Nara Smith? Because I don't go on TikTok like that. But basically and then I went on TikTok and then I looked her up, and she was really inspiring. She does a lot of like homemade meals, because she has really bad eczema, things like that. And so, I don't know, it just kind of inspired me to, I mean, we've been eating at home more, but it inspired me to just, I don't know, I guess like cook at home more, put a little bit of extra effort in cooking at home. So right now I'm just taking the skin off of my chicken thighs, and then I want to prep them in my bowl. And the sister of that vlogger that I like, she did some wings with like honey mustard and things like that, but I'm not gonna do wings. I'm not sure. I think I might like air fry the chicken. We'll see, we'll figure it out. But yeah, so yeah, this is me just trying to prep meals for my family. So fun fact, my kids are very much meat eaters, and my husband is a pescatarian. So yeah, mealtime and meal prepping is very fun when you have to think about, okay, I'm gonna make chicken for myself and the kids. What is my husband gonna eat? So some of my go-tos for my husband tend to be like, he really likes trout. He likes, yeah, steelhead trout. He likes salmon. He likes tofu. My mother-in-law just bought us like a really big box of tofu. So I did tofu stir fry the other day with some homemade sauce. Again, inspired by Miss Nara. I think her name is Smith, Nara Smith. And it was actually really good. So yeah. So this is still a little new to me, and I feel a little awkward still talking into a camera. But you never know until you try. So I don't know. I guess I just wanted to share a little bit. I'm trying to be consistent because I know that that's the key to, you know, making it on YouTube. Not me waving around scissors. Yeah. Like I said, I have two kids. I have a 2-year-old son and a 6-year-old daughter. I most likely will not be showing them in any of my videos. My husband, He doesn't even know I'm doing this. I kind of want to surprise him. Yeah, so that's my kids. We are pastors at a church, and that is very fun most of the time. Sometimes it's a little difficult, but more often than not, it's nice. It's like a great community. I love my church. When I started dating my husband, when we were at Bible college in La Puente, California, when we started dating, I was not going to his church. I wasn't going to his church, but once we started dating, I went to his church, and the church immediately was super accepting, and they were super kind, super sweet. And ever since then, it's just been great. I mean, in church, there's always going to be people to criticize. I think after like, how old is my daughter? My daughter's 6. After like 8 years, about 7 or 8 years that I've been, wait, no, maybe longer, maybe like 9 years that I've been at our church, my backbone is growing. And let me tell you, it took me a minute. I always say, you can say whatever you want about me, but when it comes to my kids or my parenting, girl, we gonna talk. But try to be a good pastor's wife and not, I will say this. Nobody can touch my kids. Nobody can mess with my kids. Because if we do, we're going to have a problem. And I ain't going to be no pastor's wife or no pastor then. And I mean that in like the kindest way. So I do not accept any kind of, I don't know. I'm a therapist. So again, I don't want to say a lot right now. But I'm very, very careful about who's around my kids. I'm very careful about who my kids are exposed to. Who spends time with them. Nobody can watch my kids except my in-laws, and if they're not available, then my parents. A rare occasion, my sister, which I trust her, she's a great mom, has watched, well, both my sisters. I have 2 sisters and a younger brother. My younger brother's not married. So yeah, I mean, my 2 sisters have watched my kids, but very scarcely, and maybe never overnight. My younger sister once overnight, but it was really like an emergency. And then my close friend has watched my kids, again, not overnight, like for a few hours, when my husband has been in her town and we really need the help, or like when I was working in the past, things like that. But other than that, nobody watches our kids. So so I'm very careful about who's around my kids. I struggle with people, even in Sunday school, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's hard for me to drop off my kids, because I'm a therapist and I know what happens, where it happens, and the church is not an exemption to bad things happening like that. God forbid anything like that ever will happen. Never rebuke that in the name of Jesus. But it's just reality in the kind of world that we live in. It's bound to happen. But again, God forbid that ever happened to us or in our church or to our community. But like I was saying, so I have my chicken. I think I might do strips and then leave the bone on some of them. Yeah, so very careful about who's around my kids. I'll leave it like this. Goes into my bowl. So like I said, I don't like people touching my kids. But if you have like any questions about ministry, about therapy, about, I don't know, just any questions that you have, I want to do a video, like an extensive video talking about therapy. In the church, we tend to shy away sometimes from saying that we are in therapy, going to therapy, or that we need therapy. And I am very much an advocate for going to therapy and talking about, mental health exists in the church, especially the Hispanic community, Hispanic, Latino, you get it. Because it shouldn't be like that. If somebody needs help, they need to get it. But But anyways, yeah, so if you have any questions about that, I do want to do an extensive video about how to seek therapy. And I can only speak about California because that's where I live and that's where I'm a licensed therapist. But if you have like a question, I want to do, sorry, an extensive video about how to seek therapy, what it looks like. You can basically interview your therapist, you know, just to make sure it's a good fit, that too. Also, like, what's the cost? What are the community resources? If you have, either if you're struggling with a child in school, in the school-based therapy, what that looks like, because I also did that for a while. Yeah, I'm very thankful to God because I became very well-rounded with therapy. I did therapy in the community sector. So I worked at a community agency that accepted Medi-Cal, IHP, not IHP, sorry, just Medi-Cal. And they did therapy. So I've done community mental health. I've done school-based mental health. I've done private practice mental health. Yeah, so I just want to be able to share like some of my knowledge that I know, because in my church, I help my families in our church seek therapy, seek school services, IEPs, 504 plans, things like that. If they need speech, if they have autism, things like that. So I just want to be helpful and I want to be a good resource. So let me marinate my chicken. Okay, so I have my seasonings that I want to add to my chicken. I'm going to use some garlic, some Lorry's, some honey mustard, probably backwards, but that's okay, and some salt and pepper. So we have some salt, just a little bit because we're going to add Lorry's, and Lorry's already has salt, some pepper, Lorry seasoning. In this house, we love garlic, so tons of garlic. And then my honey mustard. And then mix everything together. I had to pause really quick because my son came out of his room. He's been struggling to go to sleep early, but I'm gonna add some paprika to give it a little bit of color and that smoky flavor. I had to add a lot of mustard because it was not looking nice and moist, girl. Oh, smells good with the paprika. So this is what our chicken is looking like. I'm just gonna, I think I'm gonna put this in the Ziploc, put it in the fridge, and then cook it tomorrow. Ziploc. Fun fact, excuse me. I tried to make bread today, and I don't think my yeast is active anymore because it did not lift. Disappointed. I'm gonna put my chicken into the fridge. And now the part that I don't like, washing dishes. So enjoy this time lapse of me washing dishes. Does anyone else play Tetris with their dishes? This is how you know that that was full. Yep. the rest of the kitchen I will have to focus on tomorrow. Nothing is staying out. I'm just exhausted. I'm having a little late night snack. All day today I did laundry, I cleaned up. I didn't meal prep, but I made rice, I made beans for the week. The basics in my household. And you guys saw me marinate and prep the chicken that I'll be cooking for tomorrow, either lunch or dinner. Yeah, I'm tired today. You guys get me with no makeup. I'm in all my glory. All my sweaty, oily glory. Well, usually when I wash my dishes, I kind of take it as a time to reflect, think. I mean, as much as I hate doing dishes, because who really likes doing dishes? Not me. But I take it as a time to reflect, think about the day, things that I can work on, things that I need to do. It is 12:30, so midnight. I showered, did my little skincare, which is literally just putting on moisturizer. But anyways, gonna conclude our video. I hope you guys have a blessed day, night. It's nighttime for me right now. Stay tuned, and thanks for following along in this journey of figuring out whatever this is. Yeah, give me ideas of what you would like to see. Like I said, I have a lot of ideas of what I want to share, what kind of content. Mental health, therapy, church stuff, ministry stuff, so we'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good night, and God bless.